like stay down. Now we taking on, got the flight plan. Promise you if anybody can, homie, I can. Get the right man, baby, I'm my own hype man. Yeah. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Well, the onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. They were Super Bowl opponents twice in the 80s, and they're back at it here. The Bengals and Niners are underway. No run back here on the opening kickoff, as we'll start at the 25.
Here we go.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. They find some open field here. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he gets it up past the 35. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. So that one a disaster, a big loss there with second down coming up. Well, let's call that a less than ideal play on first down.
No doubt about that one, because that was a situation of just digging a deeper and deeper hole for himself, and it ended up a big-time loss.
Flush to his right. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On play action, Lance. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. You look at this Niner defense. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Well, this defense for the Niners very strong in that victory a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. after getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
11 MT.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
11.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line. Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
22 needle. Claws red.
On 2nd down, here's Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And Deebo going to have the Niners first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. Lance finding Deebo there for the Niner first. The Niners sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And taken down just shy of the 40. You talk about this Bengals defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Ready.
Throwing his Lance on third down. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
On one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
11 empty. 12, 11.
He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Lance. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Let's go now.
2nd and 10.
You yellow. Cut.
Play action. Now it's Lance. That one caught downfield by Howard. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Burrow looking to pass. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Now Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Berrios. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point try now for Moody. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Here's Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Mixon on a slant. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
11 MT, 11 MT.
1st down. Here's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here we go.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mixon running wide side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down moment.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Third down and 13.
11 Thomas.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Working from the gun, Lance. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Again, it's Lance. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, Lance. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And Lance going to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Now Moody for the PAT. And it's 21-3.
The score, Niners 21, Bengals 3.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go now.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Now a throw here to his running back. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Now Lance. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now a play fake. Lance. Flush to his right. And it is caught. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. First down, here's Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And they'll get him down right around the 16. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here we go.
3rd down and 10.
10 cycles. Ready?
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much of in this game, a really nice run. Do they decide to come back with it, or was that just a little flash, and maybe they continue to try and throw the ball?
And his kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
11. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
11. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He's a impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers? They're the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year, in on the tackle. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 48 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Hopkins with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Let's go. Trouble, 38. Ready?
On the counter, Mitchell. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
He completes it to Olave. And he will be taken down. A big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready up.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Set.
Try the right side with Mitchell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And Miles Murphy, a 1st-round pick, in on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Jordan Bell. And the Bengals are right back in this football game.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Now Burrow on first down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The offense on third down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Inside the 20, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run with Mitchell. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Ready.
Throwing now is Lance. Dancing to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1 at the 29-yard line.
11 empty.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there.
On one, ready?
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Moody good with it. And the the lead is now 24.
The score, Niners 34, Bengals 10. Jake Moody to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Bengals.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there.
Burrow and the Bengals offense staying put. They'll go for two here.
11 MT, 11 MT. Stop.
They'll try and throw for it. And he'll find his way in for two. And we're back to a two-score game. The lead's cut to 16.
18.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here there?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
Right back to Mitchell on second down.
And down he'll go at the 25.
47 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And Mitchell going to have a 49ers first down as he'll get this up to the 39.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lance throwing out wide for Samuel.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
There he goes, right side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here we go.
2nd and 6.
5, 97. Rail, yellow.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
Ready.
Throwing his lance on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown! Chris Olave, 33 yards. And the 49ers are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
I'm fine, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game.
Here we go.
And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Oh, design run for their wideout. Oh, good move. And he's going to get this one across the 30. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so